Go.
Hi guys, I'm Jessica Morgan. This is the Where I Write series, where authors talk about where they write, as you would guess from the title. So this is my living room. If you don't know who I am, along with Heather Cox, who's manning there she is, the camera here.
I'm a terrible camera person, so I apologize. Anyway.
We write the website Go Fug Yourself, and we've written this book right here. It's called The Royal We. It's about an American girl who falls madly in love with a great guy who just happens to be the heir to the throne, and they have a lot of problems, and it's kind of about their love story and his crazy family and everything that you have to decide what you want to give up for love in a way. So I have an office. This is not my office. My office is back there, and it's a disaster, and I never work in there because I like to have the TV on when I write, and there's no TV there because I think I decided that I was going to try and not distract myself. So instead I work in my living room constantly so I can have distraction. I like to have sports on in the background when I work, and that way you don't really have to follow them. The beauty of sports is your background sound is that, like, when the announcer's voice gets real high, you just look it up and you see what's happening, and the score tells you what's going on. So I was really up on what was going to happen on the basketball for March Madness this year because I spent so much time working on the book here in front of my TV. Okay, so this is sort of like where I do my typing. I thought maybe I'd show you some of the stuff that Heather and I used to research the book as well. So down here.
Come on a journey with us.
This is just a pile of mail. That has nothing to do with it. Here's my new Tatler.
That was important research.
It was. I bought myself a Philippa Gregory book as a reward. So I'm very excited to read that. But here's some of the stuff that we actually used in the process of writing The Royal We. Come with me here to the ground. I hope we're doing this right. We've never done a Periscope. I don't even know if you guys can see it, so I hope you can. All right. So Heather and I did a lot of research on the book because we wanted it to feel like it was set in a real place. Obviously, we have covered the royals on the website for a long time, but that doesn't mean we know everything or anything close to it about them. So we did a lot of research to try and make sure that we got stuff as close to right as we could. I'm sure we messed stuff up, but we did our best. So first of all, we read a lot of books like this.
It's always a nice job when that picture can be considered work.
Yes. Let me just say that when this was on my bedside table, it was a delight to wake up and roll over and look at that. Hello. So we read these primarily to kind of get a feel for logistics even of what it is like if you are Prince William or Prince Harry, how often your protection officers are with you, details about when they were in school, stuff like that. So somehow I got away with reading all the Harry books, and Heather read the Kate books. And then, of course, I also read this book. They're all excellent. Katie Nichol, Vanity Fair, a very good resource. I read this on a plane, and I realized that I don't know what people thought when they saw me, but I was taking notes on this book on a plane. I'm sure they thought I was a crazy person, but it was actually extremely useful.
That picture is the apex of William's hotness right there.
It really is, right?
I gave it a loving close-up, and I'm going in again. Hello.
As you can see, it's fully marked up with stuff that I thought we might need to know about, all kinds of just random logistical stuff. Who knows if any of it actually made it into the book, but I think we thought that having the depth of knowledge at our disposal was going to be helpful, which it was. I read a lot of etiquette books. This one was very helpful in terms of, these are all just this one, for example, would have things like, if you're going to Royal Ascot, where do you park? And this was the kind of stuff that you don't want to get wrong, because if someone who's reading it knows, then they're gonna be like, well, these people don't know what they're talking about. So I used that. This book was extremely helpful. So you can see it's got I have all my notes here. It's a sociological look at British society, and it had a lot of super interesting stuff in it for us that was if you're posh, what kind of marmalade do you choose? Thin cut or thick cut? There's a great line in here that I quoted to Heather when I was in the middle of reading it that said, it was about toast racks. And, you know, the British use racks for their toast. And someone had a quote that was really genius that said, they don't understand Americans. Why is our toast so humid? I thought the idea of humid toast is really funny. So this was useful. And then obviously, the most important thing of all, my extreme collection of People magazines, which you would think that I would maybe not have used these, but I used People so much during the book. We also used the Daily Mail, which I don't have a Daily Mail here, as I do not have a paper subscription to the Daily Mail. I don't even know if you can get that in America. But yeah, do you ever need to look back at what happened in People magazine about William and Kate? I really can hook you up. So, but these are very useful for us in terms of like wedding details. Obviously, our book starts the night before our hero and heroine's wedding, and whether or not it will come to pass is a bit of a question mark. But you know, we had to research all the run up. Other than that, we've given these away to prize winners, and this is a very important plot point in the book. I have a bunch of them. It's in my Buckingham Palace soap dish, which I bought at Buckingham Palace. I did not steal it from Buckingham Palace. I bought it. And then the only other really like real piece of research stuff we had here is all of our guidebooks to the various palaces. And you know, as you can see, I have some note takers in those that I used. So we use those quite a bit as well. So this is sort of where, this was like command central to write this book, where I would sit, and if I had to look something up, it was close at hand. And this is kind of where it happens. This is where I write. If I have time, I can show you.
Sure. I think everybody would love to see the infamous royal mug collection.
Right, my royal mug collection. I'm sure everyone's dying to see them.
Yes.
So, come
it's
on.
not a complete tour without the mug.
Come into the dining room. So obviously,
Someone just said, yes, mugs, yes.
yay. All right, so these are my mugs. I have a lot of them. Let me
Start with your favorite.
This is my precious, precious favorite. Heather gave this to me, didn't you?
Probably.
For my birthday?
Sure.
No, for Christmas.
Let's give me credit for pretty much all of the ones you like.
It was for Christmas. It was when Kate and William got engaged.
That seems true.
So it was Christmas 2010. This is my favorite mug to the point where, this is embarrassing, but when the cleaning lady comes, this is the mug that I keep to drink my coffee in because she's not very careful with my mugs and I'm worried she might break this one. And it's irreplaceable. So I hang on to this when she's here. She's very fascinated by my interest in the royals. We have a lot of discussions about them. We had a really long discussion recently, me and Carla, about she thinks the Queen is going to abdicate and hand it over to William. And I was like, I don't think that's going to happen. We had like a 35-minute conversation about it. She's like, you're wrong. And I was like, okay, but here's the thing. I don't know. Carla could be tapped in, so she may know what I don't know. And then I'm really going to feel dumb that she had the scoop. Okay, so that's my favorite. This one's excellent. Heather also gave me this. It's from Anne's wedding to Mark Phillips.
Look at that picture. Look at her hair in that picture. It's magnificent.
What is happening?
It's so 80s soap opera.
It's hideous.
Germane to the wedding.
Oh, I just realized I don't have the one I really want to show you.
I'll zero in on a couple other ones.
All right.
Go get it.
Let me go get it.
Like we have some other souvenir ones here. That one I think is from the coronation. Or not the coronation, it's from the anniversary of the coronation. We have...
the coronation.
No, we're not that old.
Here we go.
A king is born, Prince George. Fun fact about this one, I bought this for Jessica when I was in England the summer he was born. And they were still selling princess mugs, and they were not on sale.
Maybe they should have kept them for now. Here's Charles and Di. This is also from Heather, right? No, a Thug National sent this to me. I hope you're watching. Thank you so much for this. I love it.
Again. Thank you, Bug Nation.
She also has one. Somehow she got two of them and she gave me her extra. I love it. This one, though, is the best. If you may notice, there is an error here. The best part, although, really is the narrative on the back. The fairy tale romantic union of all the centuries. April 29th, 2011. Not just our current century, all of them, all of the centuries in human history.
I also feel like they found the only picture of Harry where he looks sort of like he just has his wisdom teeth out.
He looks very smug.
He does.
He snuck in there. And Kate is delighted. So anyway, the fact that no one caught this before it went to whatever the mug version of press is hilarious to me. I like this one because my friend Eliza gave me this because it's the most hideous picture of the Queen.
This is the first time I've laid eyes on this. I could not help but gasp.
It really should be treason, right? This is treasonously hideous. Camp Kitson should know better than this. Like, they're probably in trouble now. This one's good. This is from Charles's investiture as Prince of Wales.
Someone said it looks like Dame Edna.
Oh my God.
It really does.
It does look like Dame Edna. Maybe it is Dame Edna.
Good old Wales.
Yeah.
Everybody give a shout out to Wales.
Yay. I've got a Harry mug for when he was born, and one of you on Twitter wisely pointed out that it looks like it says Prince Horny. So that feels apt, right? Every time I drink from this, I think of you, whichever one of you it was that made the Prince Horny joke.
Oh, we got the Three Kings one too.
Oh yeah, this one is good.
To blow my own horn, this was also from me.
It's the year of Three Kings.
Starting with
George dies.
Whoops, let me go around.
Oh, whoops, sorry.
The Abdicator.
Abdicator. And then obviously the other George. Yeah, is that
the year of
cool?
the Three Kings.
God Save the King. That was also from Heather. A lot of these are from Heather. And a lot of them are from my my Etsy hookup. Like, speaking of when I write, sometimes it's really late at night and I'm procrastinating and I think to myself, don't I need a mug that commemorates Prince William's birth? I'm going to go on Etsy and spend $35 on this at 4 in the morning.
It calls him the Prince of Wales.
Yeah, well, he is a Prince of Wales.
He's
not the Prince of Wales.
Yeah, he's Prince William of Wales. He is not the Prince. They jumped the gun on that one a little bit. Mug maker.
I'm going to send them a note.
I know.
30 years later, you guys.
By the way,
we have a note.
He's not the Prince of Wales.
So yeah, these are the mugs. And this is sort of like the scoop.
Yeah, how we write in a living room with a TV and coffee.
Yeah, that's all you need, right?
Yeah.
So thanks for coming on this little journey with me. Thank you so much for reading our work and being so supportive of the book. And I guess that's it. Have a great afternoon. Bye, guys. What are you doing?
I am finishing with a shot of this typewriter because that is thematic. Everybody please applaud my lack of skill. Goodbye, guys.